Watauga Arts Council with your host, Cherry Johnson, serving arts in Watauga County for more than 30 years.
Hi, I'm Cherry Johnson with Watauga County Arts Council, and we're just talking a while ago. This is Susan Lutz and Sherone Price, both with the university with the dance festival that's coming up. The official name is what?
The Spring Appalachian Dance Ensemble.
Okay, which is going to be an event coming up very shortly. But we were just talking about what a different community this is from back when Susan and I first met many years ago, and how the arts are such a big part of everybody's life in this community now, and that there's so many things to pick from, so much to do, such a wealth of opportunities in our community. And what you guys are going to present is a unique opportunity that you don't see real often in Boone or Watauga County. We see a lot of theater, we see a lot of music, we see a lot of visual arts. We don't see that much dance. So tell me about what we're going to get an opportunity to get a taste of.
Well, Appalachian Dance Ensemble has been around for a long time, probably about 30 years actually. Mm-hmm. And it's sponsored by the Department of Theater and Dance. And it is a spring concert that features choreography by both faculty and students, to be danced by all of our dance students. And it's a wonderful, diverse concert of several different dances and dance styles. Mm-hmm. And it's really very entertaining.
And it starts on March 28th, right?
Correct.
And goes through
the 31st.
So tomorrow night is opening night.
Just Saturday.
Okay, and it will be available for folks to do. Anyone can come in and see this.
Oh,
right?
absolutely.
This is not just a university activity. Okay, now I'd like to know what your take, the two of you. We were also talking about community and university relationships and that kind of thing in the community. And how do you see the dance department at the university linking to the community in Watauga County?
I think that I know for myself that I have done lots of events in the community to bring the awareness that we do have diversity in our department, and that we're open to share it, with the community. We always have our summer dance festivals that we have that brings students of all ages. Students of all ages, adults and kids into the program to just see dance for firsthand. Say I teach African dance, and most of them never seen African dance before, or if they've seen it, never tried it before. Right. So you get a chance, the opportunity to have a firsthand feel of what African dance feels like, and jazz dance, and ballet dance, and and whatever local artists here in the areas. So we do. Solicit out to see who's interested in coming in, because we take small donations for it, and but basically people who come in to teach the classes are doing it because they want to get back to the community.
And so it's an opportunity for the community to connect to the
exactly.
Okay, and so that's another thing too, is that I think the community often sees the university as over there, kind of a separate thing. And one of the things I know the university is always trying to do is to reach back across that line and say, hey, come in, let's get acquainted, So this is an opportunity to do that, for the community to come see what's going on. And they're going to get to do it in a very spectacular space. Susan, I know that when I first saw the first performance I saw your department do, it was on the gym floor.
That's probably
all of us
true.
were on the gym floor, the audience and the performers.
Probably true. Yes. We're very lucky. We now have the Valborg Theater, which we've had for several years now. That's a more or less an intimate space. It seats about 334, I think, and it's a wonderful space to see dance in. It's the audience can feel very close to the dancers. Although it is a traditional theater. And I think it's a wonderful space to see dance. And anybody in the house has a great seat.
That's true. You and I were on radio recently, and we equated it to a stadium, which I know that the folks that designed it probably are shuddering. But in reality, it is kind of that way because the performance is down at the bottom, and the audience rakes up the sides, so everyone can see down on top. And for dance, that's especially good because you get to see everyone performing, not just the people in the front. So that everybody gets a good. If you sit in the traditional auditorium arrangement, the people on the front row of the performance are the people you see the most.
Right.
If you've ever watched a symphony, you can't see who's in the back, unless you're in the balcony looking down on top of them. So this gives you the opportunity to look down on top and actually see every performer doing whatever it is they're doing and see how they integrate with each other. So I think that's really a neat experience. If you've not been to the Weilborg Theater, I encourage you to do that. Now, one of the complaints I hear or concerns I hear from folks about being at Weilborg is that they don't know where they're going to park. So let's address the always present question in this community. Where do they park when they go to the Weilborg?
Well, there is a small amount of parking around the theater, but there is also the parking deck. We call it the library parking deck that's near the library, where you can park for performances.
And so you don't.
And it's very close.
Do you have to pay for parking?
In the
evenings, I don't think you do.
In the evenings, and on the weekends.
In the daytime, right? Yeah. So therefore, there is an opportunity to park, and then of course that time of day you can park on King Street and not be ticketed after 5 o'clock. So it's not a real issue at all. Now, speaking of time of day, what time are the performances?
Performances at 7:30. So I know most people probably would think that most shows start at a different time. I won't say that because I want anybody to think that it's at that time, but it's at 7:30. We also wanted to make sure that our students had enough, time to prepare for the show, and so I think we were at 7 o'clock at one point, and then we changed it to 7:30, so to make it more of a time for them to come finish their schoolwork and stuff like that, and they be ready for the performance.
Now, about how long is the performance?
It's going to run probably not quite an hour and a half.
So you're going to get home in plenty of time to get a reasonable night's sleep and all
You
of that.
can go out for dinner after that, too.
That's a great thought.
And this performance, like all of our performances, have very diverse dances. We feature all different styles of dance. And for the first time, since we're lucky enough to have Sherone teaching African, he has choreographed an African piece that is very authentic African movement and costumes with drummers, live musicians.
Cool.
How many drummers?
Sit still when that sort of thing
Oh,
is going.
absolutely not.
Have at least I think there's 6 musicians that are playing for the show, and a wonderful number of dancers performing in it as well too. I got probably about 15 dancers in the dance.
That's great.
With beautiful, colorful costumes on.
That's wonderful.
So.
I love African dance. And then now let's say that someone has a yearning for a more traditional style of dance, maybe a jazz or what kind of opportunities are offered in that?
Some of our student choreographers, our program is mainly a modern-based program, so a lot of it is modern dance.
Right.
But within that genre, there are so many different styles. Some lean more toward jazz, some lean a little more toward ballet, some are a little more lyrical. So some, every dance is totally different style-wise, and so
a little something for everyone.
Absolutely, absolutely.
So no matter what your preferences are, then you're going to have an opportunity to get a little taste of your kind of.
Oh yeah.
And get exposed to some other really cool stuff. It's a lot of times people will ask me what my favorite kind of music is. I can only tell them that there are 1 or 2 styles I'm not crazy about, but except for that, I like it all. And I think I feel that way about dance, is that, pretty much I like it all. There's almost nothing that I've ever seen that I didn't enjoy. And so I think that the audience has that opportunity to come and see if that isn't the case for them, because dance is something that's and I don't know, you just have a hard time disliking any of it.
Yeah.
So.
Right. And we have, I think, around 50 students that are involved in this, and they've worked really hard for a long time to work on and perfect and choreograph and rehearse. And They just do a wonderful job,
It's kind of
wonderful
a gift to the
job.
community, isn't it?
It really is. And you know, dance is very popular in our community. And there's just not a lot of opportunity to really see it.
Right.
So I really urge everybody to take every opportunity, and this is a really good one.
Now, how do people get to this? How do they get tickets? What, you know?
Tickets are available at the box office at Valborg, or you can go online to dance.appstate.edu
Right.
and order them online, or call the box office.
And we'll put that number on the screen.
And we'll put that number on this because I can't remember it
That's
right off
okay.
the top
No
of my
problem.
head. And reserve tickets that way as well.
That's great. That's great. And so, do you recall the ticket prices? I know there's a student price and a community price. And
The community price is $15. It's $13 for seniors and $6 for students.
Right. All right. Well, I'm excited to hear about this, to see this performance, to help you get everybody to it. I hope you fill the house every night.
I
And
hope
so,
we do
you know,
too. Thank you.
So it'll be a wonderful opportunity.
I would tell everyone to make sure you get your tickets in advance, you know, because they do sell out sometime,
They
you
do.
know. We have lots of like dance appreciation courses, you know, we call it styloform dance, that students are coming to observe and critique the show and stuff
Right.
like that. So come with an open mind, to be ready to be entertained as well as learn.
That's great. Well, you know, you said that sometimes it sells out. To someone else, it might sound like 334 seats is a lot of seats, but it doesn't take much to fill up that.
No, it really doesn't. Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you have an urge to go one specific night, make sure that you go ahead now and reserve your seat so that you don't get disappointed.
Box office is 7 o'clock, is that correct? Box office opens up at 7.
Opens at 7.
At 7.
Yeah, but it's open in the afternoon, usually from 2 to 5.
Right.
So you could drop by and pick up a ticket.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So that's wonderful. And thank you so much, both of you, for sharing with us. Thank you for the gifts you give this community.
You're
You
welcome.
both are
Thank
big gifts to the
you.
community.
Thank
We
you for
appreciate
your
it.
gifts.
Yes, thanks
Thank you.
very much.
We look forward to learning more about this. Their website will be posted on the screen for you. And also, of course, you can always go to the Arts Council's website, watauga-arts.org, for information about this and a whole lot more.
Watauga Arts Council with your host, Cherry Johnson, serving arts in Watauga County for more than 30 years.